Okay, today I want to show you some more Excel tricks. So I have some hypothetical grades here, and I've used those grades. If you look at the formula, I've taken this C4 number divided by 48, and that's how many questions there are, so that's easy. You can take that, you can click and drag, and it will apply, C5 and C6. So you're able to copy that formula down, and everything works correctly. But say I wanted to give everyone a bonus question. Well, yes, I could just type 47. But if I wanted this to be easily editable, where I could do -1 or -2, basically dividing out of a smaller number. So instead of expecting all 48 questions to be correct, only expecting 47 questions to be correct. When I click and drag this, things go wrong very quickly. That person did not score a -4,300. That is just not it. So let's delete those. What's going on? Well, let's just make the 1. So this is referencing C5, which does not exist, and B5. So what we need to do is we need to lock that 4. And so to do that, I'm going to put a $sign in front of the 4. So now when I click and drag down, oh, it's not the C I want to lock, it's the B4 I want to lock. There it is. Helps to put the $sign in front of the correct plate. There it is. Okay, so now you can see the new point totals. It looks like it's rounding slightly differently, but the new point totals with that bonus question. Another way sometimes to look at grades is to actually scale them. So I have this very complicated formula where I take the total number minus, and then I take basically the number missed, right? B4 minus C4, and I multiply it. So each number missed, instead of missing 1, you only miss 0.9. And then I divide that by the total. So again, this is great until I click and drag down. Now it doesn't even know what to do. B5 and C5, B6. So what we need to do here is we need to make sure it continues to reference B4. So we put $signs before all the 4s. And we click and drag. That should fix the problem. Awesome. So you can see subtly different for some folks between giving just a blanket bonus question or scaling the score. The lower your score was, the more it helps you generally. And the same should be true when I scale, basically giving 0.2 of a point back for every number missed. But when I click and drag here, again, that does not work because now the B4 is changed to C4s. So how do I prevent that? If I lock the B and the 4 in, I put a $sign in front of both of them. And then I should be able to copy that over. Oh, I want to lock the C4 in place too. I want to lock that C. This is how I solve problems. Trial and error. Click and drag. There we go. Change this to 0.8 because it should have been the same exact number until I changed the scaling factor. And then I can accept that suggested autofill. And again, now, if you originally started with the 76, you've gone all the way up to an 81. If you were a 90, you only went up to a 92. These formulas are set up to look at the D column. If I wanted to look at the E column or the F column and see the impact of making these changes on the, spread of my data and basically look at the descriptive statistics for all of that, I could click and drag. And then in this case, I don't want to lock any cells in place. I want it to reference, like as I drag To the right, I want it to reference E and F and G, and so it goes from referencing D to E to F, which is very nice. And if I wanted to actually label these things, I could say equals whatever this cell says, and I could click and drag that, and click and drag it up. And I could move my labels over, and so I could see how that changed the median score, the average score, and my standard deviation as well. So, and I can see my new min and max numbers, especially for that more extreme scaling. So I hope this helps you understand. It wasn't meant to be an explanation of grades, but it gives you a sense of all the things you can do to change and, you know, modify and scale a grade. But it shows you how to use those exclamation points to lock in a row or a column when you're copying formulas over.